Frequency fam, welcome back. That was a pure lover you just saw at the beginning there. Daisy dog. So I was trying to piece together this picture of manifestation to a linear format, diving into all the pieces of the puzzle and helping you put those together. And yeah, that's not the way. You see, this idea I'm trying to express goes well beyond manifestation. Manifestation is kind of like the focal point, the label that you can put on it, but really, it's everything. These ideas together that I'm going to be expressing over the next couple of videos is ultimately unlocking your freedom, unlocking your potential, and taking back your power and control over your life. No longer being a victim, no longer living the programmed life. You know, becoming a real human being out here. And there's no linear process to teach that because it can't be taught. I can only show you this idea from multiple perspectives, go into areas I want to go deeper on, touch on dissimilar parallel topics, to try and paint this from different ways in which you'll resonate with. That is the way, because really these words that I'm expressing to you, you can take them for what you want, but ultimately, I can only show you snapshots of a huge map. It's up to you. Like, I'll draw out that frame for you. That's my goal. But you gotta fill in the pieces. You have to realize this through the different perspectives I show you, through applying, thinking about, and acting on ideas which resonate with you, which you take away from this. So, on that note, let's get into the perspective of manifestation. That is a very powerful one, and that is loving yourself. Starting with loving yourself and going into intention. These two things, they don't sound like they're on a topic of manifestation. How is self-love and your intention going to help you manifest anything out here? And that is because self-love and intention, those two together, are much more important and larger ideas than that label would imply. Those two things are the force and energy. They manifest the energy you put into things, and that manifests the energy you receive from things. So if you want to manifest something, you must put in the same amount of energy that manifestation gives back to you. It's a law of equivalent exchange. And self-love, you see, if you can learn how to love yourself, right? Love the shadow and the ego. Love all parts of this beautiful being and what you are. Try to perceive all of it and accept yourself, right? Tender love and care and self-talk. Understanding this shit, change doesn't happen instantly. Being okay and loving all of it, right? This is the key, because to become straight, you must let yourself be crooked. You cannot let yourself be crooked if you're living in fear. You see, love, when I say love, I'm talking about the expression of all energy. I'm talking about the purest light. Love expresses itself in many different ways. We'll go into that later, but if you can love yourself, right, this transmutes fear. It transmutes pain. Because it transmutes your worst qualities and your best qualities. Because you accept them how they are. This is the key, because without this, you're going to be living in this polarized world within yourself. And a polarized world externally. Because you don't want to feel like this. You don't like these parts of yourself. Right? Society told you that no, that's bad, you can't be like that, I should want to have friends. Laws, parents, religion, teachers, they're all telling you what's good or bad, making all these judgments, creating all these rifts and fractures within, creating all these fears, traumas, emotional repression, right? And separating and cracking the self. But if you can begin to love yourself, which I have been working on all the time, something I was lacking, and that was seriously affecting my ability to manifest. The more you can love yourself, the more you can love someone else. The more you love yourself, the more you can accept yourself. The more you can accept yourself, the more you can accept others. You can see from their perspective, right? You no longer judge them because you're embodying the pure unconditional love. That is the goal that I'm working towards, right? And this is so key, because if you want to do anything, if you want to manifest anything, it is about what you put into it. That is the same thing that you will receive. On this note of love, real quick, before we go into intention. When I'm working, right, when I'm most inspired, when I have the most energy, when I add the most value and I hit that, you're on point. I'm in a love vibration, and it's usually not even for myself. It is because someone asked me a question, right? And I really actually want to help them. Especially if I know the person, right? Especially in those certain states where you're performing a selfless act, you are at your highest potential, right? That manifests inspiration, that manifests drive, that manifests actions that you wouldn't take if you didn't have this quality. And this ties right into intention. So in manifestation, right? Your intention for the action. You could think of all manifestation as an action, right? Because, for instance, you want to manifest a diamond ring for this girl you want to marry. Or you want to manifest a basketball, right? Going through the processes in which we'll talk about in the techniques of mind, imagination, perception, so on and so forth. That's all good and all. But if you can, when you're imagining that manifestation, that action, right? Your intention for what that action causes manifests the energy in which you bring into it, right? So if you're manifesting a basketball, if you're thinking that you want that basketball and you're imagining yourself playing with that basketball with your 5-year-old brother, because he really wants to play basketball, right? And he's a fanatic, right? But he's never had a basketball before. If you want to manifest that basketball, not just for yourself, right? Not just for greed or lust, not just for these, the temptations, biological urges, right? But if you want to manifest it because you want to add value to someone's life, because you want to see your little brother smile like ear to ear, right? If your intention for that manifestation is of the highest values, is of the love frequency, is for others, right? If your intention is to give, that manifestation will come so much easier. I've noticed that my ability to manifest anything is literally 10x when I do it for someone else. 10x. So if you combine that into unity, into a grander vision, right? Say, your intention is to, like right now, I'm trying to build a community, right? Yes, this will add value to my life. Hopefully, grant me freedom, access to so many different opportunities. But more than that, this community I want to build, the reason, the intention behind it is to help people who find themselves in a very similar place to which I found myself in. My intention is to help all these individual content creators out here that are working by themselves, to unify them. We are stronger together. One stick is easily broken. A bundle, not so much. To help, literally, if someone can light that spark and that flame, right, things will rise so much quicker. Like, this is my purpose, is to elevate others on the same path, right? I feel like that's a spin-off of many of yours, of your mission here too. But this manifestation, I've changed, as of recently thinking about this stuff more, I've changed the image, not in the form, but in the force, in how I think about this and why I want it. The why, the intention. This is key, right? So if you can love yourself, right, and accept yourself, that's kind of like going into allowance, right? Acknowledgement and awareness. And you must learn all things through this vehicle, your inner world. You must learn to love yourself before you can really have the intention of manifesting something for the love of someone else, to see them happy, right? Because you don't really know what that is, because you've never experienced it. If you've never experienced the full expression of love, this soothing embrace all the way around you that you almost melt into, right? And it's like drunken fullness. And you're just like, oh. You know what I mean? Like, if you had to work really hard, you're really stressed out. Like, you got done, you crack a few beers, right? And you just like sit outside, the full moon, just like, oh. Yes. Sense of satisfaction, completion, right? If you have felt that before, when you're thinking about the why, when you're envisioning the manifestation, then you can use that experience as a force, as an emotion for that manifestation, because you want other people to feel that comfort and security. You want other people to have this understanding and awareness. And if your manifestation includes others, right, it goes beyond the self and realizing all is self, is for not just you, but the upliftment of all. That manifestation is going to have a lot more power behind it. This is going to manifest in many different ways on the path to that final destination, right? You're going to have more energy. You're going to have people supporting you, and that is going to give you energy in two ways, because they're going to help you when you're down, but more than that, they're going to spur you on. They're going to give you confidence. They're going to, you know what I mean? It's so much easier to do something when you're not just doing it for yourself, but you have people relying on you. You know how much it's going to change their lives, so you want it that much worse. This is a major key. So that's another perspective on manifestation. Loving yourself and the intention, which manifests the energy you put into things, and ultimately what you get out of it. Hope you enjoyed. Hit those like and share buttons. Please subscribe and get on that newsletter. Links in the description below. We're going to be covering a lot more. I got a lot of ideas right now. A lot of downloads lately, so yeah, it's going to be a great time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.